runs and 87 RBI. J.J. Bleday, the left-handed left fielder, bats third. The Reds have the top three in their order, all with 20 home runs or more. Tyler Stevenson, the cleanup hitter who is catching and is still a member of the Reds. He was a name.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, now this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Can add on to this 2-0 lead as he faces the left-hander King. 1-2 pitch, and he drives it deep to center. Adelson Sanoa to the wall. He goes leaping. That is gone! Dead center Matt Olson has been crushing the baseball since the break. And that is his 32nd home run of the year. RBI number 70. How about 422 feet to the deepest part of the yard?
Southside uniforms, popularized by Tim Anderson and that 2021 AL Central Championship team. Tim Anderson was a little bit emotional on Monday talking about retiring.
I think it's all cool, honestly, yeah, I do. I'm getting emotional right now. Just, because we're talking about something that, I worked my whole life, to get there. Can enjoy it. Just being in that setting it just wasn't the same. That's on the front of that jersey, and that's what I did. And nobody knows. Nobody knows what what I sacrificed and what the body felt every day. What I was leaving at home for my kids, to my wife. Through some of the decisions I made, I still kept going. I still kept going, and I had my moments to where, it bothered me. But I couldn't show it. And it got to a point to where it started showing, out loud. And I couldn't control it. So, I think it was just one of those moments that, the time is now. The time is now, so I can enjoy life. I'm kind of happier, waking up and, being able to be around my kids and, really living a real life because, life is bigger than, trying to make people happy with a bat and a ball, you know what I mean? So now that I get to step outside of that and see what, what life is, I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm definitely happy for my moments, but, man, it's just, I get sad, talking about it because that's, this is the first team that gave me my opportunity. They took the chance on me that, I didn't have a crazy resume. I didn't play, all the crazy little camps and stuff. So they gave me a shot. And
Frankie take those moments because they're in good law, man.
Come back and retire White Sox for sure.
Again, Tim Anderson and the celebration of the return of the South Side City Connect jerseys, September 17th. One game only this year. Anderson, of course, spent 8 seasons with the White Sox from 2016 through 2023, playing 895 games, and, of course, the heights being the walk-off home run in the Field of Dreams game, which we will celebrate tomorrow on the anniversary of that date 5 years ago. Coming up next, I'll get you a player to bank on, and we're going to try and get to the bottom of whether or not a couple of White Sox players are using their off days to dress up as superheroes. We'll talk about that right here on the Advantage Dealer Group pregame show on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Reason number 354 to visit the city of Countryside, Chicago's Western Gateway.
How about Flag Creek Golf Course, one of the finest 9-hole golf courses in the Chicagoland area? This Greg Martin design course offers something for every skill of golfer. Conveniently located off of I-55 and 294. So book your tee time today at flagcreekgolfcourse.com. Looking for a new home base? Visit the city of Countryside, Chicago's Western Gateway.
Hey, it's your buddy Tom Waddle here. I've taken a few hits in my day. Safe to say, I know a thing or two about collisions. On the field, you brace for them. Off the field, not so much. And that's why when your car takes a hit, you want a team that knows how to handle it. Gerber Collision and Glass. For more than 80 years, Gerber has been repairing damage, replacing glass, and getting you back on the road quickly and safely. Because the only collisions you should be worrying about are the ones on game day. Gerber, outperforming at every touch point in collision and glass.
We've all had dreams of making it to the pros. Some of us just fall a little short of the mark. But you don't have to be an athlete to replenish like one. More athletes are turning to milk for hydration, recovery, protein, and overall nutrition. And things like milk, cheese, and yogurt have 9 essential amino acids, making their high-quality protein the gold standard for sustained energy and muscle recovery. So, just because you don't make it to the pros doesn't mean you can't replenish like a pro. Find out more at usdairy.com.
When your life turns upside down after an accident, you need an advocate like Wallner Law. I'm John Wallner, and for over 50 years, Wallner Law has fought for people just like you, injured, overwhelmed, and searching for answers. We don't just take cases, we take care of people, and we win for you. From car crashes to workplace injuries, Wallner Law stands by your side every step of the way. So call us today, 312-8-MILLION, and win with Wallner.
I don't know if it was true. My wife showed me a picture and said, look at what your players are doing. We had a good laugh about it, but I thought it was great. Those guys are awesome. If it was them, I think that's great that they're having a good time in Chicago.
The whole thing about Spider-Man is a secret identity, right? So hey,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, can't reveal it.
That was Will Venable discussing whether or not Miguel Vargas and Sam Antonacci spent their off day together yesterday, dressed as Spider-Man, watching the Odyssey. Miguel Vargas contends it was. Sam Antonacci vehemently denies that he was in a Spider-Man costume.
overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
And getting up to get it is Rosario.
He can go get it with anybody in baseball.
A sprawling catch by Nasim Nunez. Jump throw in time. Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, what a catch. Jackson Churio.
I don't know how they're going to cut the defensive highlight reel tonight. JJ's got it. The Rockies wander off second again.
As he bangs into the wall, makes the catch.
What a play by Max Clark.
Oh, what an amazing play by Andres Giménez. With his back to the infield, he makes the catch.
Dives and makes the catch. What a play by Ian Happ.
Cal Raleigh on the slip and slide. Makes the catch. Kirby slides into him. Nathan Church with a nice stab to make the play.
Another beautiful play by Nico Horner.
My goodness.
Another great play by Nathan Lucas. Nice stop at third, Josh Schmidt.
Coming on Simpson, still coming forward, dives, and did he catch it?
Memories through great food. No one does fresh like Pete's.
White Sox baseball. It's a fly ball out into deep left center field. It's back there. It is gone! Edgar Carroll wins it! 20. Miguel Vargas. Kyle Teel. 20.
Olsen Montgomery.
Chase Mydroff. 6. Light it up. Line shot deep left. Two-run homer.
That work never stops. Just can't be stopped.
3-run homer.
Continue to progress.
It's a grand slam.
Yeah.
Push that momentum a little bit more forward.
He's done it again.
Process getting stronger.
Sox lead.
And get better and better.
You asked for it, you got it.
And better and better and better. It's hard not to be excited, man.
This is Chicago White Sox baseball on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Audio Network. Brought to you by Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. By the Advantage Dealer Group. Buy your next car with the Advantage Dealer Group. It's in the name. By Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Pete's Market. No one does fresh like Pete's. By Bell Tire. Bell Tire. And Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. Live life at max value. Now, along with Darren Jackson, here's the voice of the White Sox, Len Casper.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Chicago White Sox baseball on the radio from Wright Field in Chicago. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago White Sox. Game 1 of a 3-game interleague series. Both teams with an off day yesterday. The White Sox coming off a gritty 2-1 series win over the Cleveland Guardians this past weekend. The White Sox 61-56. And they have their largest lead of the season in the division. 3.5 games ahead of second place Minnesota and Detroit. Cincinnati comes in at 56-61. They're in last in the NL Central. 17 games out. 6.5 back in the wild card. And following a really good stretch of baseball, they got swept at Washington over the weekend. The pitching matchup tonight. Left-hander Nick Lodolo coming off the injured list.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Then the White Sox host the Reds. Game 1 coming up next on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Guys, summer heat is here and your AC is working harder than ever. Do not wait for a breakdown. Call my friends at Four Seasons now for a complete AC tune-up for just $89.95. I just had mine. They'll back it up with a 1-year no breakdown guarantee. If your AC breaks down, they'll return free of charge, all for just $89.95. For all your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, you know who to call.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, it's the good kid. When it comes to my ride, I don't mess around. That's why I drive an Advantage Chevy. 3 locations. Chicagoland's covered. Boom. You want a Chevy? They got every Chevy. You want savings? Oh, yeah. They've got that, too. And here's what matters most. Trust. When you walk into Advantage Chevrolet Bridgeview, you're not getting the runaround. They respect your time. They respect your budget. They shoot you straight. Head to Advantage Chevrolet in Bridgeview and see what I'm talking about. Advantage Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back to About to Lose It with Greg, sponsored by Circle K. The show about summer road trips, short fuses, and the exact moment hunger starts driving. Caller 1, you're on.
Hi, Greg. I've had a single mint and half a coffee. At this point, even the cup holders feel condescending. What do I do?
Textbook case of under-snacking. Head to Circle K for the $2.50 meal deal. Your choice of a hot dog or taquito, plus a Polar Pop or a 7.5-ounce Coca-Cola product. All for $2.50. This summer, swing by America's Party Stop. Circle K makes your day. Offer valid at participating locations. See CircleK.com for details.
Construction season is here in Chicagoland. Commercial Tire Service is ready to keep your crews moving. Family owned and operated since 1989, they bring over 37 years of experience helping businesses choose the right tires for every job. From construction and industrial equipment to landscaping trucks and trailers, they offer a wide range of tough tires and sizes. With 8 Chicagoland...
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Leading off against the lefty Brandon Williamson is O'Neal Cruz here.
Oh, my.
Fly ball, right center field, and O'Neal Cruz with his first Cruz missile of the year. Off the lefty, Brandon Williamson. Cruz crushes it. Pirates get the run back. They lead 6-1.
That's a beautiful thing. You ride it out for times just like that. It's just a special talent. It comes together like that, and you're very thankful because he can change the scoreboard.
Carson Bench leads off the 8th inning for New York. Mets lead 5-2. And Bench flies one to center field. That's well hit. Quan going back, looking at the wall, and it's out of here. Carson Bench with a long home run over the 19-foot fence just to the left of center field. 451 feet off the bat of Carson Bench. That's been a couple of monstrous shots in this game. First home run in 4 weeks for Bench. And I have to believe that was his longest big league home run.
and prepaid parking, visit whitesox.com/promos. Get access to the best seats at the best value and lock in your 27 ticket plan today. Be here for the biggest matchups, opening day on April 1st, and exciting new promotions. Plus, enjoy flexible payment plans, savings on single games, and more. Secure your ticket plan. Visit whitesox.com/2027. And head to the ballpark Saturday, August 22nd for Puerto Rican Heritage Night, presented by Discover Puerto Rico, as the Sox take on the New York Mets at 6:40. 10,000 fans in attendance receive a White Sox wooden domino set. Get your tickets and prepaid parking at whitesox.com/promos. Seems like we got the field already covered with some youngsters out there, but I think they're just waiting for the big guys to get out there and stand next to them and shake their hand and sign a ball. So, with that being said, let's hand it over to my partner with the play-by-play. Here's Len Casper.
Thank you, DJ. Great to have you with us wherever you are tonight. And the Sox now heading out onto the field behind right-hander Sean Burke. We'll keep a watch on all the other action around the league, particularly the Guardians and Detroit Tigers. Cleveland 1, Detroit 1. They're in the bottom of the fourth at Comerica Park. White Sox will be in Detroit Friday through Sunday. Our look at the White Sox uniforms is driven by Arlington Toyota. Check out their impressive lineup of Toyota vehicles today. Arlington Toyota, new owners, same people, better deals. Visit ToyotaArlington.com. White Sox in their beautiful home white uniforms, black pinstripes, the Reds in their road grays with the red helmets and hats. These teams meet for 3 games each season. The White Sox won 2 of 3 in Cincinnati last year.
And Key Bryant Hayes. Umpires tonight at home plate, Roberto Ortiz, Jim Wolfs at first base, Alan Porter, the crew chiefs at second, Alex McKay around at third. Pleased once again to be joined by the crafty left-hander. Great to have him back. It's Chris Welsh. I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you tonight here at Wright Field. Chris, you look at this matchup tonight. You've got Sean Burke on the mound making the start. Look at the numbers and you see, well, he's got a 3.08 ERA. Must be throwing the ball pretty well. Then you look at what he's done lately, and he's throwing the ball extremely well.
Yeah, I think the Reds have really picked a tough opponent on the very first game of this 3-game set, Tommy. But, you know, I really believe that if the Reds play with a little bit more enthusiasm than they showed in that Washington series, sometimes when you don't hit, it doesn't look like you're trying very hard. This ball club is trying, but they need to get the lineup going a little bit more, not just the top 2 or 3 guys, but all the way down to the number 8 and 9 hole.
I mean, it just shows you what happens when those top guys in the order aren't hitting right now at this team. Ellie and Sal Stewart, neither one of them hit in Washington. As such, the Reds get swept. We'll see how it goes tonight. It's the Reds and White Sox. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Sean Burke out of the windup. Goes to work now against De La Cruz, and here he comes with the first pitch on the way. And Ellie swings, hits it sharply right at the first baseman Murakami. He will glove and take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's how the ball game begins tonight. Our Tempstar game time temperature tonight, 79 degrees. Mostly clear skies. There are some clouds off the distance. Get complete home comfort with the Tempstar heating and cooling system. Find your local Tempstar dealer at tempstar.com. Now the batter is Sal Stewart. Sal 1 for 4 in the series finale on Sunday. The right-hander into his windup. Here comes Burke, and he throws to Stewart, and it's a strike call to the outside corner, 0-1. Mentioned that Burke has been throwing the ball really well. A 1.64 ERA in his last 9 games. In fact, he has improved his earned run average by about a run over that stretch. A wave and a miss. A good breaking ball off the outside corner, but Sal went after it. Now he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Sal hitting .255, 25 home runs, 87 RBIs, but didn't drive in a run at all in D.C. A battle of the top 2 RBI men in the game. Here's the wind, and Burke's home with the 0-2 pitch, and a fastball missing way high and outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes now on Burke.
You know, Burke is the prototypical power pitcher, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 240 pounds. Really comes at you, primarily tries to attack you high with a fastball.
Took him a little while to find his footing, but ever since dominating the Yankees, he's been cruising. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball up and away. And down on strike, Sal Stewart.
Interesting thing, really, that the White Sox did with Burke last year. They sent him down to the minor leagues, and they gave him a mandate. You're going to have to learn to control your fastball if you're going to be back up here in the major leagues. Here's a guy last year that was 4-11, earned run average a little bit over 4. He has rebounded big time. One of the main reasons why the White Sox are where they are.
That was his 300th career strikeout, and now J.J. Bleday takes up and away for ball one on a fastball, and the count is 1-0. Well, you look at where he's at, and look at the walk numbers. To your point, he's not walking many guys. He's really not walking many in the last 9. Just 11 walks in his last 9 starts, and he's really turning into a top-of-the-rotation pitcher for this White Sox team. Bleday swings, skies the 1-0 right on top of the mound. The third baseman, Vargas, coming across the mound to the first base side of the slope, makes the catch, and the inning is over. The
to add on to this 2-0 lead as he faces the left-hander King. 1-2 pitch, and he drives it deep to center. Adelson Sanoja to the wall. He goes leaping. That is gone. Dead center Matt Olson has been crushing the baseball since the break. And that is his 32nd home run of the year. RBI number 70. How about 422 feet to the deepest part of the yard?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
One gallon at a time. Stop by your local Menards today.
Save big money at Menards.
With 60 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Make CVG your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
Nick Lodolo back to the mound for the Reds as he goes to work here in the bottom of the first inning. Good to see him back on a big league mound. The left-hander straightens, and now into his windup. Here he comes. The first pitch on the way to Brenton Doyle. It is swung on, and it is scorched into deep left center field, and that ball is gone. Brenton Doyle with his 6th career home run against the Reds. Wasting no time taking Nick Lodolo deep here. His 2nd home run as a White Sox. He came over the deadline from Colorado. The Reds have seen him plenty. And they are reminded why they are glad he is now in the American League.
Well, the White Sox are going to try to make sure that Lodolo uses that newfound breaking ball of his early in the count and not just throw a get-ahead fastball to get it going. Doyle is right there with the bat head.
Now Murakami. Boy, what a year this guy's having. First pitch in there for a called strike in the big leagues for the first time. Murakami hitting .237, but he has 26 home runs, tied for the team lead, and 54 runs batted in. The pitch is down and away for ball one. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Murakami. Of course, we saw him in spring training, but Murakami taking off now here in the major leagues. Average has dipped a little bit. Now the 1-1 pitch, Murakami a wave and a miss at a curveball. Signed out of Japan before the season, a 2-time Central League MVP over there. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Murakami right now, riding a 26-game on-base streak, tied for the longest active streak in the major leagues. The left-hander Lodolo turns it loose, and Murakami swings and fouls it back our way.
You know, the one thing that Murakami does, if you're sizing him up as the pitcher opposing him, he steps a little bit in the bucket. His right foot goes towards the second baseman a little bit. It makes him susceptible to something low and outside.
The left-hander Lodolo, the drop step kick and pitch. Tried to get him to chase a fastball off the plate outside.
Yeah, the problem with the chase part with the Murakami is that he has got very good patience at the plate. He'll take a walk.
2-2 the count on Murakami, and now here comes Lodolo's 2-2 pitch, and that's off the outside corner. The count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. I said 26 games. It's actually a career high 25 game on base streak for Murakami. Lodolo to the plate, swinging and a foul. And that's because he also gets on base a lot with walks. Pretty good plate discipline up there at the plate. He's the team leader in walks, but he also has the second most strikeouts on this team. 3-2 pitch. Lodolo to the left-handed hitting Murakami. Swung on, right back up the mound, but it hops into the air to Ellie right behind second base, and he'll throw to first in time to get the out. Ball ramped right off the front slope of the mound, popped straight up into the air. Ellie just had to wait on it, almost caught it like a line drive behind second.
You know, it looks like early on that Lodolo's a little bit hesitant to use that new breaking ball. He's gone heavy on the fastball. Maybe that's a strategy first time through, but I'm anxious to see what that new breaking ball looks like.
Miguel Vargas the batter now. Here comes Lodolo's first pitch to Vargas, and he spins a breaking ball over the outside corner for a called strike on the right-handed hitter. Nothing in one.
For Lodolo, this is exactly 1 month since he last pitched.
And you wonder if maybe he's back a little bit earlier than the Reds would have initially liked, only because Hunter Green goes on the injured list and will have surgery tomorrow morning. 1 ball and 1 strike on Miguel Vargas. Lodolo back into his windup, and the 1-1 pitch too high. The question is what variation of Tommy John surgery it will be for Hunter Green. They're not going to know that until they open the hood up tomorrow. 2 balls, 1 strike on Vargas. The left-hander Lodolo back to the plate. The pitch to Vargas is down and in. White Sox with an early 1-0 advantage on the home run by Brenton Doyle. Vargas back in the box again. Lodolo the pause of the belt, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swinging a broken bat, soft roller right to Ellie. He will field it at short. Fired just in time to get the speedy Vargas hustling down the line for the out. 2 gone now, and the batter will be Randall Grichuk. Randall Grichuk. Of course, the Reds pretty familiar with Grichuk. He's the most experienced player in this White Sox lineup. Grichuk broke into the big leagues with the Cardinals, has bounced around since his St. Louis days quite a bit. The wind by Lodolo and the pitch to Grichuk. He didn't want to, but couldn't hold up on a breaking ball down and in. That looked like a pretty good one there from Lodolo. The count's 0-1.
Yeah, and I think that they know that Grichuk is a really good first pitch fastball hitter. Dropped that big old Lord Charles on him and got ahead in the count.
Here's Lodolo's pitch. Grichuk hits it on the ground, left side, backhanded by Ellie. He'll set, strong throw to Stewart, right on the money in time for the final out. 3 ground outs to the Reds shortstop.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Started. Stevenson, Suarez, and Hector Rodriguez. Right-hander Sean Burke goes back to work. Burke into his windup, and his first pitch on the way to Stevenson. Fastball strike at the top of the zone on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Burke was a White Sox third-round pick. Drafted out of the University of Maryland. Grew up in Massachusetts. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and a breaking ball, and now Stevenson finds himself down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Burke pitched his way into being one of the top prospects for the White Sox, made his major league debut during the 2024 season, and as Chris mentioned, even though he pitched in 28 games for Chicago last year, had a stint back in the minor leagues. The pitch. And Stevenson takes down and away, but boy, he has burst onto the scene this year. Got some good experience up here last year. Got off to a decent start. But boy, faced the Yankees, dominated them, and has just had his foot on the accelerator ever since. The pitch is up and away. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Tyler Stevenson. He hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs in any of his last 9 starts. Now, his last time out, he labored a little bit. Didn't make it out of the 5th inning through 91 pitches, but still only gave up 2 runs. Swinging a foul. Back to the screen.
Well, that was against the Red Sox, and I imagine having grown up right near Boston that he probably had a little bit extra adrenaline going there, so you can almost forgive him for not having a dominant performance, but still, what this young man has done in his 2nd year in Major Leagues is pretty incredible.
Here comes the right-hander with a 2-2 pitch, and Stevenson lays off the high fastball.
The thing that really gets me, Tommy, is his ability to throw the ball over the plate. You know, his last 4 games, he has walked only 2 batters and he has struck out 35.
Wow. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Had another strikeout. He's punched out 2 so far tonight.
You know, and it's not like Burke only uses 1 or 2 pitches to get the job done. He's a guy that has 6 different pitches. What I really like, though, that he's got a fastball that he can run up in the zone and 2 speeds on his breaking ball.
So now he deals with Eugenio Suarez. First pitch to Gino on the way. Swing, and there's a 1-hopper in the hole at short. Fielded by Acuna. Throw to first is in time to get the out on Suarez, and 2 away. Now Hector Rodriguez makes his way to the plate. Western and Southern Financial Group helps families build a stronger future. That's why they welcome Till Financial into their family of companies, helping parents raise smarter spenders and savers with financial tools built for kids. Visit tillfinancial.com to learn more. First pitch to Rodriguez is swung on, and that's fouled back for strike 1. Rodriguez 0 for 3 Sunday, 2 for 13 so far at the major league level. He's had some good swings. He's done some good things here early on, and he certainly looked comfortable so far in the outfield, which was the biggest question mark with him coming to the big leagues. Rodriguez swings and sends this one foul down the left field line. Hit a ringing double into the right center field gap for his first major league hit. Look at Rodriguez, and he just looks like a confident hitter in the box. Burke, big breath, quick drop step, now the 0-2. And a swing and a miss at a pitch way out in front of home plate in the dirt, but it kicks away from the catcher Caro, and Rodriguez will reach on the strikeout and wild pitch. Make no mistake, it was a bad pitch way out in front of home plate. But Rodriguez, a wild swing at it, but immediately saw it kick off of Caro, and no hesitation at all. Rodriguez darts to first and reaches on the wild pitch.
You know, sometimes as a pitcher, you bounce the ball so far in front of home plate with a lot of spin on it, and the catcher really has no chance except just try to get his body in front of it. Couldn't do it that time.
Third strikeout of the game, though, for Burke. And now Dane Myers at the plate. 26-year-old right-hander brings it home, and Myers swings, hits it on the ground to the shortstop. Up with it is Acuna. He'll scoop it to Antonio.
Problem now down the left field line is one of the carts looks like it ran out of gas. This is something out of Keystone Cops right here.
Michael Lorenzen might be in the market for a new glove. Chuck that one in the trash can.
Dropped it on the grass as the pitch was coming.
Nobody's out here to take it away.
Whoops.
The bat even goes farther as a torpedo when it's thrown into the stands. Look at this.
How do you like that? Have you ever seen that before? It just disappeared.
I thought it might have been a home run.
Bo being chased by something. Bo Jackson's not afraid of a pack of gorillas. And a little bee just chased him out of the batter's box. He's gone, Bo. 3-0 to Bo. He's hacking. Oh, my way, God. Lordy, he just killed him.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots. Easy to share and just as easy to love. It's no surprise they're the #1 mini muffin brand. Little bites make snack time an easy win.
White Sox come to bat in the second with a 1-0 lead. Braden Montgomery against Nick Lodolo, and the first pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Braden Montgomery. Montgomery hitting .235 with 4 home runs and 24 driven in. Montgomery, a former first-round pick just a couple of years ago. The pitch, and Montgomery watches a strike, drops his hands, and kind of cocks his head to the side in disagreement. But he's down to the count here 0-2. And now he'll ask for time. Montgomery taken out of Texas A&M by the Red Sox, actually. Made his major league debut earlier this year in June with the White Sox. Acquired in the Garrett Crochet trade, and the pitch taken for ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Braden Montgomery. Switch hitter up there right-handed, and he takes way off the inside edge. Fastball from Lodolo, and the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Montgomery waiting on the left-hander. Here comes Lodolo's 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the one thing when you look at Lodolo's numbers this year, the walk numbers are way up, and the chase rate is way down for Lodolo here in 2026.
Well, I think that for Lodolo to kind of get back into the groove, he's going to have to get ahead of the hitters early on. It's always a good strategy anyway, but especially when you miss some time. You just don't want to spend the night pitching behind in the count.
Colson Montgomery takes a breaking ball down and away for ball one, and the count's 1-0 on Montgomery.
You know, having watched Lodolo pitch for a long time, Tommy, I really do believe his delivery is better now than it has been in a couple of years.
The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the main thing that I go by is the fact that his direction towards home plate is much straighter now than it was earlier in his career. He was a guy that always was way across his body, cross-firing at the home. It's hard to land your fastball when you do that.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball down and away. Does that take anything away from a breaking ball? A curveball or a slider, anything like that?
You know, the key, I believe, for the breaking ball is you get your foot down and pull against your front side. You just make an adjustment and figure out how to do that. But all the while, you're in line to where you're pitching.
1 ball, 2 strikes. What about deception? Does that factor into it at all?
That is one thing that certainly comes with hiding the ball well by pitching across your body.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Montgomery. The 1-2 pitch dives in the dirt outside of the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But if you can't throw where you want to, deception is secondary.
Montgomery tied for the White Sox lead with 26 home runs. 8 of those have come off left-handed pitching. Among the league leaders in left-on-left homers. He swings here, hits a weak roller to the second baseman. McClain has it and throws in time to first. 2 men are out. White Sox are leading at 1-0 in the second as we pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Edgar Caro now the batter. Left-hander Lodolo back to work against Caro. Swing and a foul into the net behind home, strike 1. And like you talked about, that's going to be one of the keys for Lodolo today. And I think if he's consistently throwing first pitch strikes, he'll probably get a little bit more chase from these Sox hitters and all hitters across the league than he's been getting this year when he throws ball 1.
Well, you're right. And if hitters are on their heels once they get strike 1 on them, there's no question about that. The stats prove that the majority of strikeouts in the major leagues come after a pitcher goes 0-1.
The 0-1 pitch. And it's just off the inside corner. Boy, and these pitchers, and make no mistake, most pitchers in the big leagues now want to rack up strikeouts. Well, strike 1 is the biggest key on the, not just strike 1, first pitch strikes, the key to that. The 1-1 swung on, and this ball's well hit. Left field, a line drive deep, and back goes the left fielder, Blade. He turns and watches that sail into the seats. Edgar Caro drives one out of here to left. Only his 3rd home run of the year. But this one makes it a 2-0 White Sox lead, and that ball was a laser.
Well, that one kind of hurts because it was a breaking ball, a slider that he tried to get down and in and just hung it right over the middle of the plate to Caro, who is not a home run hitter. You know, if you give a home run up to a guy like that at the bottom of the order, that's what really kind of gets under your skin.
Well, you almost wonder if that makes him a little gun shy. The first pitch is in for a strike over the outside corner to Sam Antonacci.
Tell you the way to fix that as a pitcher is you tell yourself that was a hanger. That was not one of my good pitches. I'm going to finish my breaking ball from now on.
Antonacci, another guy making his way through the big leagues for the first time this year, bounces it foul third base side, and Antonacci down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Because if you feel that he hit one of your good breaking balls, then you are going to be tentative about coming back with it. But anybody can hit a hanger.
0-2, the count on the left-handed hitting Antonacci. Pitch and a cut and a miss and a breaking ball and down on strikes. Antonacci.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Caminero, a homer to start the scoring, and a 2-run single.
Oh, here goes another. Left center field. We wondered what it would be like for Junior in Colorado. It's 8-1 Rays on Junior's 32nd, and that was a rocket. Tell you what, folks, these next couple days, I want to at least make sure you tune in when Junior comes out here at Coors Field.
I mean, my goodness, this was an absolute bullet. Both the home runs he's hit tonight, it's not just because they're in Colorado. They would have been gone anywhere.
It is a 2-0 ball game here in Chicago at Rate Field Park. It is a nice ballpark and a really big crowd here on Pope Leo Hat Night. And a lot of them that they have given out here tonight, a lot of them are wearing them, although they may obscure the view of the guys sitting behind you. Matt McLean steps in for the Reds here in the top of the third inning, and he'll take a pitch outside, ball one. McLean, 195 average, 10 home runs, and he waits here on a 1-0, and he takes it in off the plate, ball two. Burke is 26 years old. Big burly right-hander, loves the fastball, likes to pound it up in the zone. Pitches from the very extreme third base side of the rubber, and he dials it right in on the inside corner for a strike. White Sox in field wearing their home whites, playing very deep and playing Matt McLean to pull a little bit. Cuero, the catcher, wants it away, and a high fastball fouled straight back. McLean chased one just a little bit out of the zone that time. And that is really what Burke likes to do the most. He likes to climb the ladder, get the hitters who like the high fastball to chase it a little bit in their uncomfortable zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes, swung on and fouled off right side, and McLean stays alive. White Sox have really put it on the rest of the American League Central Division. They lead the division now by 3.5 games. Just took 2 out of 3 from their rivals, the Cleveland Guardians. The 2-2 again, swung on, it's on the ground, the shortstop. Going to his left, Acuna over to first base, and he will retire McLean by a step. 1 down in the third. And now Key Brian Hayes. Hayes, 29 years old. He's had a tough year offensively. Looking at that batting average, he is down under 140. Right-handed hitter, takes a little bit low, ball one. Hayes taps the bat, kind of a narrow stance at the plate, holds the bat high and a little bit behind him. And Burke's 1-0 is a fastball right there for a strike. Two nothing White Sox as we are in the top of the third inning with 1 out. Key Brian Hayes awaits the 1-1. He takes a big hack and comes up empty on a slider. Actually, that was a four-seam fastball that darted away from Hayes. Looked like Key Brian sold out on that one, trying to hit it way out of here. But he is down to the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The big right-hander deals and fires, and it's to be fouled off to the right side. You know, the one problem that Terry Francona faces with the bottom of the Reds' order is that he's trying to keep from having 3 not great hitters who are not hitting right now in a row, and it's a problem. Right now it's Dane Myers, McLean, and Key Brian Hayes. And the 2-2 is swung on, sliced foul down the right field line. Hayes is a little bit tardy on the fastball, but he's hanging in there, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big crowd here at the ballpark, and a swing and a foul right at home plate. Hayes did a good job that time of staying alive, and they're making Burke throw a few pitches. White Sox have struck twice here in the first 2 innings, both on home run balls, solo shots by the leadoff hitter Doyle and the catcher Cuero. A 1-2 is popped up. On the right side, here comes the right fielder Braden Montgomery. He will call off the second baseman and put it away, 2 down in the inning. So with 2 out, nobody on, here is Ellie. Ellie jumped on the first pitch that he saw to start the ball game off. Hit it hard, but right at the first baseman. Burke delivers a slow breaking ball, catches the outside corner. That's a pitcher's pitch, and it's 0-1. Ellie waits, and a fastball in on the corner. That's a strike. Actually, a little cut fastball. Really, if you size it up, Ellie is probably the best offensive player matchup-wise against Sean Burke tonight. Likes the high outside fastball. Very good hitter on that, but he's seen breaking balls here in the first 2 pitches. The 0-2 is in the dirt. That's a ball. Another 55-footer for Burke. Ellie awaits, batting left-handed, slightly open stance. Rests the bat on his left shoulder, and here it comes. High fastball, didn't chase, and it's 1-2. Or make it 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The decision pitch here on a 2-2 is a breaking ball, swing and a miss as head up.
You know, in Boston, every now and then you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Home service program is the ideal way to stay ahead of pest invasions all year long. Pest problem? The Rose Home Service Program is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give you a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
It is a 2-0 ball game, unfortunately, in favor of the White Sox here as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. A couple of solo home runs, one by the leadoff hitter Brendan Doyle. Brendan Doyle actually is in the on-deck circle right now. We're looking at the number 9 hitter right now. Luis Angel Acuna. Acuna, right-handed hitter, deep in the box, swung on a ground ball right on one hop to the third baseman Hayes, and he puts it over to first base for the first out of the inning. It's a very quick one there for Lodolo. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Those are the key for Nick Lodolo. Terry Francona telling us before the ball game today, look, there's no set amount that he'll pitch tonight. But let's be realistic. He's probably not going to go beyond, if at all, beyond 75 pitches tonight.
Leadoff hitter Doyle, and after hitting a home run his first time, he shortens up the bunt and he pulls it back just in time to watch it miss the outside corner.
At least the runs he's allowed have been efficient runs.
You're right.
Doyle's was on the first pitch.
Some people call those rally killers. A 1-0 is swung on, a little tapper right back to Lodolo. He fields it on 2 hops, and he fires a strike to Sal Stewart, 2 down.
Pretty good fastball over there to Sal.
You know, when you're missing a month, I believe, like Lodolo has, the last thing really is on your mind is how many pitches you're going to throw tonight. You want to get out of the first inning, then you want to get out of the second inning, and you want to retire the guys the second time that may have got a hit off you the first time. You're kind of building on one inning after another. I think he's doing a pretty good job so far. And now the left-handed hitting Munetaka Murakami. Lefty on lefty, hit a ground ball to shortstop his first time up, and he is ahead in the count 1-0, and that one misses outside, 2-0. Murakami, 26 years old. And to the plate, Lodolo fires a fastball strike. You figure left on left that would really give Lodolo a major advantage right here, but Murakami has hit 5 home runs off of lefties so far this year. Holds the bat very high, and a swing and a miss on a really good looking pitch on the outside corner. Right now, Lodolo really filling up the strike zone. He's thrown just about twice as many strikes as he has balls. And that one's in the dirt outside. There's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the payoff pitch here as Lodolo tries to go 1-2-3 here in the 3rd inning. Modified stretch coming to the plate, and a swing and a miss. Went upstairs with a high heat and blew him away. Strikeout number 3 for Lodolo. Reds down 2-0. We go to the top of the 4th right after this. Back to
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
From South Korea, just the 3rd. There's a swing and a miss. Royce Lewis, one of the hottest hitters going in the big league, strikes out, and Miz has his first K. 2 outs in the 1st. And a swing and a miss. 104.
Struck him out swinging. 104 with a fastball, and he K's a pair of twins in the opening inning.
Comps to Mizorowski with the extreme fastball. There's a swing and a miss, another heater, and he gets his 3rd strikeout.
And this one in the zone, down and in. Clemens just could not get to it underneath.
17 consecutive fastballs he's thrown.
The 0-2 pitch, and he got him looking. A fastball at 103 on the inside edge. Strikeout number 8 on the afternoon for Miz. He sits the Twins down in order in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of 4. It's 1-0 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network.
Field in Chicago. We're on the south side. Reds and White Sox. Reds are trailing Chicago 2-0 as Sal Stewart bats leading off the fourth inning. First pitch to Sal is a breaking ball that spins in for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Sal Stewart. Tell you what, I came to this ballpark, I guess it was a little while after it opened, but it had been open for a few years. But it was still the old configuration. Here's the 0-1, and Sal takes up and away. And then they redid this ballpark, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. It is incredible, and maybe longer than that now that I think about it. Probably closer to 20 years ago. It's incredible how much better this ballpark is than it was before the renovation. Swinging a one-hopper to the shortstop, backing up is Acuna. He'll field and throw in time to first to get the out. Sal Stewart's retired. There's one gone in the fourth inning. And I think I say it every time I come here, but I just look around this ballpark. They did a lot more than just put a fresh coat of paint on it. It used to be just the exposed concrete was left its natural color, and then it was the painted areas were white, the seats were blue, the padding around the wall was blue, and it just didn't seem to work. They put a fresh coat of paint on it, painted it black, made the seats green, and this place is stunning now. Pitch, strike on the inside corner. I would say it moves into the category of one of the more underrated ballparks around the big leagues. 0-1 the count on J.J. Bleday. The wind and the 0-1 pitch, and Bleday takes too high. Not that it's anything spectacular, but it's got a little bit of the modern amenities to it, but still some of the old school charm when you look around the ballpark. The facade of the overhang of the upper deck. Crisscross steal. Here's the pitch. The 1-1 is swung on by Bleday. Hit high in the air. Deep right center field. Backing up on it. It's the center fielder Doyle. It'll send him all the way to the edge of the track in deep right center, but he makes the catch. And J.J. Bleday is the second out here in the fourth inning. Tyler Stevenson now the batter. Stevenson struck out his first time up. Of course, they have an organist playing here at the ballpark today who had been the organist here for a number of years. The pitch, and now Tyler Stevenson, first ball swinging, skies one high into the air to the left fielder. Randall Grichuk waiting on it. He'll make the catch, and the Reds are quickly down in order in the fourth.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Carson Bench leads off the eighth inning for New York. Mets lead 5-2. And Bench flies one to center field. That's well hit. Kwan going back, looking at the wall, and it's out of here. Carson Bench with a long home run over the 19-foot fence just to the left of center field. 451 feet off the bat of Carson Bench. That's been a couple of monstrous shots in this game. First home run in 4 weeks for Bench, and I have to believe that was his longest big league home run.
Airport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club. Presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. 2-0 Chicago. Nick Lodolo back to work here in the fourth inning. He has allowed just a pair of solo home runs. Those are the only base runners the White Sox have against Lodolo so far tonight. 2 hits, 2 home runs. The pitch in too tight for ball 1 to Miguel Vargas. He grounded to Elliott's first time up. What I was starting to say before Tyler Stevenson made an out on the first pitch he saw in the Reds half of the 4th. Swung on, fouled off right side. That's well back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Vargas. Nancy Faust, the longtime organist, she's been retired now for a few years, but she was the one first credited for giving players walk-up songs. They have brought her back to be the organist for tonight's game. Occasionally she'll still play for some Sundays. This ball's well hit. High, deep to left. Blade back. He's out of room. That ball's long gone. Way out of here to left field. Miguel Vargas goes deep. 3rd home run of the night for the White Sox. For Vargas, that's his 25th home run of the year. Ties it with Colson Montgomery for the team lead, 68 RBIs.
He was the 3rd fastball on the road that Vargas saw, and he just showed Nick Lodolo that 93 is not enough to get by him on the inside corner. I mean, he pulled his hands in and got the bat head right on it.
Now Randall Grichuk takes a strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-1 on Grichuk. The pitch cut on and missed, and now 0-2 on Randall Grichuk. Nothing in 2. Grichuk, a right-handed batter, waiting. Here's Lodolo's 0-2 pitch, and he buries the breaking ball down and in. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Grichuk. Grichuk will back out of the box as Lodolo asks for a fresh pearl. Here's Lodolo's 1-2. Swung on, and this is lined over the head of Ke'Bryan Hayes and down the left field line into the corner. Extra bases as Grichuk goes rolling into second with a stand-up double. Right after the home run by Vargas led off the inning. Now Grichuk's into second. A 2-base hit, his 15th double of the year. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Runner at second. Nobody out. Lodolo, the pause, the belt. Here he comes, and the pitch is swung on and sent into the seats down the right field line. Foul. 0-1 on Braden Montgomery. Montgomery was Lodolo's first strikeout victim tonight. Now Lodolo's home with the 0-1. Buries a breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Three to nothing Chicago. 3 solo home runs for the White Sox tonight. The Reds yet to get a hit through the first 4 innings. Here's Lodolo swinging a foul over by the on-deck circle of the White Sox.
You know, Grichuk hit a pretty good pitch, a changeup for that double down the line. It's not the kind of pitch that you throw up there and you kick yourself for giving up a double. I think Grichuk just put a really good swing on it. But right here, though, is where you need to get a strikeout. You can't let Montgomery hit the ball the other way. You know your slider is a go-to pitch, and that pitch that they'll swing over the top of. You know, this is where you concentrate on keeping your fingers on top of the baseball and pulling it straight down so it breaks downward.
Lodolo pauses, eyeballs the runner at second. Here he comes with a 1-2 pitch, swinging a chopper toward Ke'Bryan Hayes at third. It will advance the runner to third. Hayes tried to swipe at him with the ball in his glove, but couldn't get him. And he'll get the out on Montgomery at first base. One down, and Grichuk is up 90 feet to third. A productive out for Braden Montgomery for the first out here in the fourth.
Really good base running there by the veteran Grichuk. He is 34 years old. He's been around a little bit. He saw that slow roller was going to be fielded by Hayes, but not in the same area where he was going to run right by at the same time. He was going to beat the ball to the spot, and he was able to get to third base.
Now he's there with one out. Infield in all the way around for the Reds. Colson Montgomery grounded out to the second baseman McLean his first time. Big wave and a miss, and a good curveball there from Lodolo. Strike one.
Colson Montgomery, another one of these very young, good players they have. A young man that was in the #1 draft pick when Sean Burke was picked in the third round.
Now Lodolo's 0-1. Breaking ball and a beauty, nails the outside corner for a called strike. 0-2 on Montgomery. Runner at third, one out. No balls, 2 strikes. This would be another clutch moment for a strikeout. Left on left. And here he comes. Breaking ball dives down and away. Boy, when he gets to 2 strikes, Montgomery has had an awfully difficult time this year. Lodolo's got him down to the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now he's got to put him away. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul back. We'll try it again. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Montgomery. Boy, good looking crowd tonight. They were giving away White Sox Pope hats in honor of Pope Leo. Well documented White Sox fan. The left-hander Lodolo brings home the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away. A lot of folks wearing them. Hate to be sitting behind somebody wearing one of those tonight.
Yeah, I think the hat would really test the patience that goes along with honoring Pope Leo.
Yes, I would think so.
I mean, because it's about 3 feet tall, about 1 foot wide, and does a good job obscuring home plate.
The pitch just off the outside corner there to Colson Montgomery. Now the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Reds are going to challenge, but it was outside.
Post conference, Cincinnati have one kind of reminder.
So Tyler Stevenson wanted the challenge there, but the Reds are not going to win this one. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Montgomery. Runner at third, 1 out, and a big 3-2 pitch coming to Montgomery after Lodolo had him down to the count 0-2. Here it is. And a swing and a miss. Got him to chase that curveball down and away, and Montgomery strikes out. That is something he is very susceptible to when he gets to 2 strikes. More so than any other hitter in baseball.
Well, it's an awfully good breaking ball coming from a big, tall, rangy left-hander like Lodolo. You know, the left-handed hitting Montgomery really doesn't have a chance if Lodolo lands that where he wants to.
That's a huge second out. Now Edgar Caro took Lodolo deep with 2 outs in the second. Swings and fouls back this pitch. Strike 1. That one right into the first row of the upper deck. 0-1 on Caro. Lodolo, the pause, the belt. Here he comes. And the pitch is a strike right on the inside corner to Caro. Good pitch there from Lodolo. And now Caro down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Lodolo comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing, and he was reaching for it. Bounces it foul over by the White Sox third base dugout. A lot of talk around Major League Baseball this year about this White Sox turnaround. They're a young team. You look up and down their lineup, they've got youth everywhere. And even by their account, this is a White Sox team that has arrived ahead of schedule. Lodolo ready, and now here he comes with the 0-2 pitch. Hit him. Came inside with a curveball, and no getting out of the way of that if you're a right-handed hitter, which Caro is, and that drilled him.
Yeah, he got a changeup for the home run his first time up. That time it was a pitch that kind of ranged right on the inner part of the plate, then just darted off and got him right in the back of the tricep. But he had a pad there to protect him. He's all right, and he gets to first base.
I said breaking ball. There was nothing breaking about that except maybe his elbow pad. 93-mile-an-hour heater, actually.
Actually, I thought it was a good pitch that Caro just didn't give in on.
Yeah. Wore it. Now Sam Antonacci. Left-hander against left-hander with Antonacci standing in and taking down and away for ball one. 273, 8 home runs and 34 RBIs for Antonacci.
Love the way that Lenny Casper, the White Sox radio announcer, described him as just a dirt player.
Left-hander Lodolo deals the 1-0 pitch, and that's a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, you look up what people say about him. They will say he's fiery, he's gritty, all the descriptors of a gamer. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Antonacci. Here's Lodolo's pitch, and Antonacci takes a breaking ball down and away. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. He was signed out of Coastal Carolina, 5th-round pick back in 2024. You look at the numbers and you see, well, he's been drilled a lot. Well, that was something that was instilled in him in college. Here's the 2-1. And it's looped into short left center field, falling in a hurry, diving for it, Myers, but he can't get it. That's down for a hit. The throw goes toward Ellie, the cutoff man. He redirects to second, but not in time. Antonacci slides in safely at second base. Caro goes first to third. Grichuk scores on the play to make it 4-0 White Sox. And now Tyler Stevenson's out to the mound while the Reds have activity in their bullpen.
It's a pretty good job by Antonacci, really kind of hanging right in there. He didn't hit it very hard, got it in on the hands. In center field, Dane Myers made a diving stab at it and just got down in front of him just a little bit. But I think the most impressive part about that, Tommy, for me anyway, is Antonacci ends up on second base.
Yeah, and it looked like Ellie did everything right. Myers did everything right. Got it back into the cutoff man, and Ellie quickly redirected that throw right to second base. Luis Mays, the one throwing in the Reds bullpen.
Well, that's the way good teams add on. They just don't have first and third, with 2 outs. Now all of a sudden a base hit with a couple of runners on base scores 2 more and makes it a 6-0 ball game.
They'll give Antonacci credit for a double on that. Ending up at second base. That's his 16th double of the year. Second and third now with 2 outs. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner after a visit with acting Reds pitching coach Matt Tracy. Lodolo back at it.
Well, I hope that Tracy told him this is the guy you want right here. Number 9 hitter in the order for a reason. Don't load the bases and turn the lineup over.
Luis Angel Acuna waves at a curveball down and in. The count is 0-2. Acuna rolled one to the third baseman, Key Bryant Hayes, his first time up. He's down to the count here. No balls, 2 strikes. Second and third, 2 away. Lodolo trying to keep him right there in the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Got him with another curveball. And Acuna's down on strikes, and that does it for the White Sox in the 4th. But they tack on 2 more to make it a 4-0 lead as we head to the Reds' 5th on the Reds Radio Network.
Lara finding his way, and he leaps and makes the catch. The rookie Lara, what a catch.
Herrera on the run. He dives. What a way to end it. Diving, dazzling. He bunts. How about that? Toward first. Diving play made by Alec Bohm. What a way.
Line drive caught by Bregman.
Up in the leather.
Here's Neto in the hole. Long throw across. He got him. What a play.
An incredible play.
The game is on this throw. And he wowed him. Nathan Lucas with a missile.
Lara's on the run. He leaps.
Oh, my goodness.
Cole Young diving slide to his left. What a play by Cole Young. The kid has been fabulous.
That's hit hard on a hop. The shortstop Wilson, from the seat of his pants, he makes a phenomenal play.
Kinster's throw to the plate. Got him!
He got a hose out there, right?
How about it?
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And then the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started to have impact.
Reds will come to bat here in the 5th inning, trailing the White Sox now 4-0 on the south side of Chicago. Step up to something grand. Toyota Grand Highlander has more power and more room with a full-size third row with 3 different powertrains, including a 362 horsepower hybrid Max EV. Eugenio Suarez set to get it started for the Reds here in the 5th. Reds had some struggles offensively in that series in Washington, and they have continued so far tonight. The line by the right-hander. First pitch on the way to Suarez is down too low. Sean Burke has been outstanding so far for the White Sox in this game. The Reds have only 1 base runner against Burke, and that was a strikeout of Hector Rodriguez, but he advanced on the wild pitch. Suarez takes a strike on a slider over the outside corner. Count levels 1 ball 1 strike on Gino.
You know, Burke seems like the kind of pitcher that could throw 99 or 100 if he wanted to, but he doesn't seem to want to. Just kind of holding something back, getting a little bit better command.
1-1, and Suarez swings, sends a high fly ball deep left field. There it goes. It is gone. Suarez drives it out of here to left. That's a solo blast for Gino. His 17th home run of the year. That is his 205th career home run in a Reds uniform. Pulls him within 5 of Ken Griffey Jr.
He got a fastball up to Suarez that time, and he went right up out of the zone to get it.
That gets the Reds on the board and ends the no-hit bid, perhaps, for Sean Burke. Now Hector Rodriguez swings and sends one high down the right field line. Long run, but nobody will get there. Long run for Antonacci, the second baseman. Braden Montgomery coming in from right, and Murakami going out from first. They were all converging. None of them could get there. Nothing in 1 the count. Rodriguez, the first Red to reach tonight, as I mentioned earlier, on that strikeout. Here comes Burke with the 0-1. Check swing, and Rodriguez went around. One thing about Rodriguez, before he got his first big league hit, he was showing a great deal of patience and discipline. Then he got that first big league hit. Now he's starting to expand the zone a little bit and do a little more chasing than he was.
Well, if you chase in the minor leagues, you're really going to chase in the big leagues.
The 0-2 pitch. And it's a fastball upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes now on Hector Rodriguez.
You know what I remember from Rodriguez in spring training? He's got a nice quick bat, very level swing, and he seems to be in the zone a lot. But you're not facing big league pitchers every AB down there in Goodyear.
1-2 is popped foul over the third base net into the seats behind the dugout.
And it always seems to be, Tommy, that the biggest adjustment a hitter makes when you make that transition from AAA to the big leagues is, controlling the strike zone. Because these pitchers up here, they live in that shadow zone.
1-2, and there's another swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. So Rodriguez down on strikes again. Throw to first from Caro completes the strikeout. And there's 1 out in the 5th. Hey, Reds fans, Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle. Digital coupons in the app and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, official grocery partner of the Reds. Fifth strikeout of the game for Burke. Dane Myers hits for the second time. Grounded into a fielder's choice of the shortstop, ending the Reds' second inning. And the pitch in for a strike to Dane Myers.
I really do like the combo of breaking balls that Sean Burke has. He's got a slider that he throws in the mid-80s. He's got a curveball, though, that he got Rodriguez out on. It's in the high 70s. It's a knuckle curve, and it's really nice to have two speeds on your breaking ball.
A swing and a miss and a fastball over the outside corner.
I do believe that might be the next step for Chase Burns. You just don't want to have to go power on every pitch of the ball game.
0-2 on Myers. Here he comes. And Myers swings and sends a fly ball to right, sending the right fielder Montgomery to the track, but he'll ease back and make the catch with plenty of room to spare on the track for the second out here in the fifth inning. So if you have the choice, do you think it's better to change speeds with a fastball or a breaking ball, or if you can do both, it basically gives you 4 pitches from 2?
I would rather be able to control my fastball, change speeds on my breaking ball, get a decision on a 2-2 count.
Now Matt McLean with 2 outs.
I'm only uttering the words of my college coach, who happens to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, Robin Roberts. Now, he pitched a long time ago, back in the 50s and 60s, but those are the 3 things that he said to do. First pitch strikes, get a decision on a 2-2 count, and have 2 speeds on your breaking ball.
The 1-0 to McLean. A swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talk about all the time how the game's changed, but that still seems to be a pretty effective recipe.
Yeah.
When guys can do it. And we've seen a couple of guys out in that Reds bullpen do it this year. Here's the 1-1. McLean didn't want to, but couldn't hold up on a slider down and away.
Well,
1 ball, 2 strikes.
If you can do those things, you don't need overpowering stuff. I just think it's a mistake to try to make everybody become a power pitcher where you just overpower the hitter, because not all pitchers are made that way.
The right-hander into his windup and the 1-2 pitch, and McLean swings and fouls it back. A ball and 2 strikes on McLean. Right-hander against right-hander, and here comes the 1-2. Swung on and popped up again, foul to the right side, out of play. It's easy to sit here and say, well, if you can throw 100, learn how to pitch at 92 or between 92 and 95, because if you can do that, you're going to have all kinds of success. If I can throw 100, I probably want to throw 100 as much as I want to.
Absolutely.
Or as much as I can.
Yeah, and I think that's...
The 1-2 to McLean is swung on and skied high into the air in the middle of the infield. Here comes the shortstop, Acuna. He'll call everybody off and make the catch between the mound and second base, and that ends the Reds' 5th inning. Eugenio Suarez, though, gets the Reds on the board with a solo home run here.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Carter on the move. He dives and he makes the catch.
Junior get a glove on it. Second one. Massey to first in time for a double play.
A tough play for Allen. Bare hand play and a good one for Nick Allen.
Diving play. Cruz makes an incredible grab.
Martin back to the wall and makes the catch up against the fence.
Diving stop by Turner. Scampers to his feet. Throws in time.
Dives. Backhand. Got it.
Nicely done by Trent Grisham.
And Randy Arozarena makes the catch. Put it on a show. Leeds made the catch. Slams into the wall and hung on.
Larnick with a great diving play. Pajes makes a sliding catch. We've seen him do that several times this week.
Coming in Outman, and he'll dive and make the catch. Fine play.
That is spectacular. It's the Durbin D game.
Woodward dives to his left, gets up, throws, he got him. Wow, this kid is something special.
Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better you.
In this ball game here in Chicago, it'll be a new pitcher. Our Wilbur's mustard pitching change brings in the 25-year-old hard-throwing right-hander Luis May into the ball game. For May, game number 9.
May's last time out, he threw nothing but first pitch strikes, and he spins in a first pitch slider for strike one here. 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch, and that's a strike called over the outside corner. Quickly ahead, 0-2 now on Brenton Doyle. Top of the order for the Sox here in the 5th inning. Chicago leads it 4-1. Here at Wright Field on the south side of Chicago. May's 0-2 pitch swung on, popped into the air, shallow right field. Here comes Hector Rodriguez. He'll make the catch. There's one away in the 5th. You know, you were talking about how the White Sox sent Sean Burke back to the minor leagues last year and told him, you're not coming back until you throw strikes. The Reds had a similar message for Luis May. Now he's back up here at the major league level. Looked awfully good his first time back. And he's thrown a first pitch strike to the first batter he faces, got ahead of him 0-2, and ended up getting a lazy fly to right.
Plenty right on line with our conversation about the guy that can throw 100 and how do you make a big league pitcher?
Slider in for a first pitch strike here to Murakami. 0-1. I mean, if Luis May continues to do this at the rate that he's at right now, I mean, this is a guy that has closer stuff. Swing and a miss. The count is 0-2. And you could see him quickly moving into a back-end bullpen role. I'm not saying becoming the closer tomorrow, but maybe years down the line. Who knows? Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and Murakami sends a high fly ball deep to center. Backing up in a hurry is Myers, but he'll make the catch a step or two shy of the warning track in straightaway center field. And very quickly, 2 men are out here in the 5th inning.
Well, I'll give you 2 stats that really define Luis May. Opponents have hit .210 off of him so far this year. .210 batting average. But their on-base percentage is .435. So even though he has touched 103 miles an hour in the minor leagues and he throws 102 up here, if you don't throw where you want to, it's no good.
Look out. Up and in to Miguel Vargas, who went deep his last time up. Ball 1. Vargas quickly bailing out of the way of it. It's a 1-ball, no strike count.
It's one of those old-fashioned backup sliders.
The 1-0. Vargas watches a fastball for a strike. 1-1. Home run and a ground out to short for Vargas tonight. May ready. Here's the right-hander's 1-1. And the pitch misses down and away. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Vargas.
You know, the other thing that I've always noticed about May is that he's got a lot of action on his fastball. And if you throw it too hard, the ball doesn't move as much. If you throw a little bit less miles per hour, you get that ball a chance to, like, slide around a little bit. Dart, dash a little bit, down and in on right-handers. He's got somewhat of a low arm slot, and that two-seamer really has some great movement.
2-1 pitch dives down and away to make it 3-1. Didn't miss by much. Looked like a strike. 3-1. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side. Now the count runs full 3-2 on Miguel Vargas. So a deep count here on Vargas, and you know, right to what we were talking about. This is the first batter for Luis May that he didn't throw strike one on the first pitch with. Here's May with the 3-2. Swung on, and this ball blasted high in the air, deep left center field. On the run, Myers on the track, at the wall, reaches up, and he caught it, crashing into the wall.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Pete Crow Armstrong set to lead things off for the Cubs. That is hammered center field. That's back on its way out of here. We got an in-game MVP race.
How about that for a response? First pitch of the ball game from Lauer, PCA, 420 feet. Game on.
Your best player, our best player. For PCA, it is home run number 25.
Closing in on that 30-30 club. He's wiped 28 bases.
Pope had giveaway night. They did peace be with you between innings here in the...
And also with you.
As we go to the top of the 6th inning. First pitch on the way. Everybody shaking hands in between innings here at Rate Field in Chicago. 0-1 the count on the Reds leadoff man here in the 6th. Key Brian Hayes. 4-1. Chicago with the lead. The pitch to Hayes right in. No, called a ball. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but Burke didn't get the call. It was maybe a little high on the inside corner. And none throwing out the first pitch.
Sister Mary Jo.
Here's the pitch. Right call to the outside corner. 1-2 now on Key Brian Hayes. Peace be with you between the 5th and 6th innings, and who knows, maybe Pope Leo will show up here in the 9th. 1-2 pitch, and Hayes lifts a fly ball, fairly well hit, but playable in center. Brenton Doyle back to his right, going back toward left center to make the catch, and that's the first out here in the 6th. Ellie De La Cruz comes to the plate now. Nobody on, 1 out. You think they have a confessions booth set up somewhere on the concourse?
Well, if you're ready, you just go look at me as your parish priest.
Good. That makes me feel good. Here's Ellie. Swing the bouncing ball to the second baseman. He disgustedly discards the bat toward the Reds dugout as Antonacci fields and flips it over to first for the out.
Yeah, the Reds have simply been throttled here tonight by Sean Burke. And, you know, he's getting his strikeouts. He's got 5 of them. He hasn't walked the batter, but he just doesn't seem overpowering. He just seems all of a sudden he just keeps getting these guys out.
Not overpowering, but in control.
And in a very efficient way. I mean, he's only thrown 66 pitches here. He is 1 out in the 6th inning.
For 91 and 4 1/3 in his last start against the Red Sox. Sal Stewart the batter. First pitch to Stewart. Didn't want to, but he couldn't hold up. Went around, strike 1. Here's tonight's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. Reds White Sox trivia the topic. 6 players have hit 45 or more home runs in a season for the Reds. How many of those players also played for the White Sox in their careers? A3, B2, C1. 45 home runs in a year with the Reds and also played for the White Sox. Ground ball up the middle, and that's through into center field. Sal Stewart's aboard with a 2-out knock here in the 6th. Let's pause for station identification as you ponder trivia on the Reds Radio Network.
1 on, 2 outs. Here's J.J. Bleday. Bleday popped out as a third baseman. It's also flied to center. Reds are down by 3, batting in the 6th. The right-hander Burke delivers. J.J. Bleday watches a curveball spin in for a strike, and it's 0-1. I gotta believe Dunn's one of them, isn't he?
I would say that's the first one that came to my mind.
What about Griffey? Pitch.
Griffey too.
Did he?
I'm trying to think when he played here, but I'm pretty sure he did.
He definitely played here. What was his high water mark for home runs in a year with the Reds?
It was in the 40s. I'm not sure if it was 45, but I have to go with that.
Okay, so we'll say those two.
We might have to go dig into the past to find one of the other ones.
Well, I mean, these two franchises have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes on J.J. Bleday. I'm going to say it's just 2. It's either 1, 2, or 3. I'll say 2.
I'm going to go with 3, and I'll try to think of the third one here in a minute.
Okay, well, we'll give you a little time. We'll revisit this if we remember to later. 1-2 pitch to J.J. Bleday. I'm just trying to be honest.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Ballpark and Great American Mustard. Some things just belong together. Family owned and Ohio made, Wilbur's Mustard has been a Reds game day favorite since 1905. If you're at the ballpark or watching from home, top off your hot dog, burger, or brat with Wilbur's Mustard.
To Randall Grichuk, and the count is 0-1 on Grichuk. Luis May still out there after getting a 1-2-3 fifth. Little help from his outfield to pitch in there for a strike. He got 3 flyouts, including a great running catch by Dane Myers deep in the left center field gap. 0-2. Here's May. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a slider away, and down on strikes Randall Grichuk. First out of the 6th. Now Braden Montgomery bats with nobody on and 1 man out. Montgomery struck out and grounded out at the third baseman. The Reds and Avocados from Peru have teamed up to give you the chance to win a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR or a Reds VIP experience. To enter, you'll need to register at reds.com/AvoReds and to follow Avos from Peru on Instagram. 1-0 count on Montgomery. First pitch fastball dipped low at 100. Now the 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled away to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. May through the signs, readies. Now here comes the right-handers. 1-1. Swung on, and this ball's lifted in the air center field. Dane Myers going back over his left shoulder. He'll make the catch well shy of the track. And too quickly gone in the 6th. Now Colson Montgomery. The White Sox have 4 runs tonight on 5 hits. 3 of their 5 hits have been solo home runs. They have a 4th hit that was a double. Actually, the 4th and 5th hits were doubles. So all of their hits tonight have gone for extra bases. A first pitch backdoor slider is in for a called strike against the left-handed hitting Montgomery. Right-hander May throws, and Montgomery takes a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Luis May waiting on the left-handed hitting Montgomery to dig back into the box. Now here he comes. And May turns it loose. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Luis May.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Carson Bench leads off the 8th inning for New York. Mets lead 5-2. And Bench flies one to center field. That's well hit. Kwan going back, looking at the wall, and it's out of here. Carson Bench with a long home run over the 19-foot fence just to the left of center field. 451 feet off the bat of Carson Bench. That's been a couple of monstrous shots in this game. First home run in 4 weeks for Bench, and I have to believe that was his longest big league home run.
Well, welcome back to Chicago and Wright Field Park as the game has moved along now. The top of the 7th inning. Sean Burke, the starter for the White Sox, still on the mound. He'll be the number 4 hitter in the lineup. Tyler Stevenson leading it off here in this 4-1 ball game, and Burke starts him off with a breaking ball inside corner strike. A lot of offers tonight on the Red side. They have only 2 hits. Sal Stewart has one of them. The other is a home run by Eugenio Suarez. And here is the 0-1 to Stevenson. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back on the breaking ball. That time a slider by Burke, and he's ahead 0-2. Stevenson, one of the 6 strikeout victims that Burke has had on the evening. White Sox trying to get back on a roll. They're beginning to separate themselves from the rest of the American League Central Division. Burke, the big right-hander, rocks and fires, misses upstairs. Heater, ball 1. Burke has pitched 6 innings. He's given up only a couple of hits, 1 run. Has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 6. And coming to the plate now, swung on and hit well by Tyler Stevenson, but it's playable. Ranging in the right center field is the center fielder Doyle. And he ranges into that and catches it for the first out of the inning, 1 down. Now the aforementioned Eugenio Suarez jumped on a high fastball his last time up, but the only run on the board here for the Reds tonight. And a breaking ball misses down and away. Ball one. Suarez, slightly open stance, holds the bat really resting on his right shoulder. Now cocks his left leg and he takes it outside, ball two. Suarez taps the plate once, waves the bat, standing straight up and down, and here's the 2-0 pitch from Doyle. Now make it Burke, and Burke fires a slider down in the outside corner, swing and a miss by Suarez, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, went right up into that wheelhouse, and Suarez swings under a little bit and fouls it right off into the screen behind home plate. Really nice crowd here. Interesting, Tommy, you were talking about the improvements that they have made here to Wright Field over the years. Of course, there's been a number of different names, but one thing that they've done from last year to this year, they were averaging a little bit over 17,000 per game last year. The 2-2 is up and in, and it's going full. But they've climbed about 7,000 fans per game. Put a winner in this ballpark, and they will show up. Right now, they're averaging right around 24,500, which is about 400 less per game than what the Reds have at Great American Ballpark this season. Swinging a shot down the left field line. If it stays fair, it'll be extra bases. One hops the left center field or left field fence, and Suarez motors on into second base with a 1-out double.
Boy, Suarez starting to get on one of those heaters right now where he starts to hit everything with some serious authority. He had homered in 2 straight before going 0 for 2, but did walk a time on Sunday. So now he's got homers in 3 of his last 4, a home run and a double tonight. That's a good sign for this Reds team.
Yeah, and the home run and double have come on different pitches. The home run came on a fastball, that double by Suarez on a slider. And now Hector Rodriguez, the lefty, takes it upstairs out of the zone, ball one.
Well, the Reds need to be able to get production from more than just their top 2 hitters in the lineup. We talked about that early in this game.
Rodriguez looking for something to hammer right here with a runner at second base. Third baseman playing in even with the bag. Pitch on the outside corner. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the young left-handed hitting Hector Rodriguez. Started the year in Double-A, moved up to Triple-A, and here he is in the major leagues. Modest lead by Suarez, and swung on and fouled back. Rodriguez just a hair tardy on that fastball. He's down now 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the count where Rodriguez in his 2 previous at-bats saw breaking balls in the dirt. And he chased both of them for strikeouts. He's been a strikeout victim twice. Will they go back to the same formula is the question. Rodriguez pretty much stands straight up and down, holds the bat very high, straight up in the air. Here is the 1-2 from Sean Burke. Swing and a ground ball foul just down the first base line.
You're talking about the big crowds that they've had here at Wright Field this year. They just got done with a series with Cleveland here at home. They sold out the whole weekend.
One ball, 2 strikes. Suarez a little bit of lead off second base. Here comes the pitcher Rodriguez outside, ball 2.
Good take.
That was one of those pitches just off the shadow zone that was trying to tempt that young rookie to swing after it. A decision pitch right here. I'm thinking breaking ball if you're thinking along with Sean Burke. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. Came right after him with 96.
Well, those are pitches, if you're Hector Rodriguez, you want to be able to jump on. You don't want to get that breaking ball. It's given him fit so far tonight. Of course,
interesting, though, really, that Burke has been sitting around 93 with that fastball. That time he reached back and had a little bit.
Yeah. 96.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the pitcher, Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Got him on that curveball. Went from 96 to 79, and that's 3 strikeouts on the night for Hector Rodriguez, number 7 on the evening for the White Sox starter, Sean Burke.
Well, Burke is a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes it's nice when you can leave a little in the tank for later on when you need it. He is proving that you don't have to work with your best fastball to be effective.
Now to be Dane Myers. Reds in danger of stranding a runner at second base, and Suarez swung on and roped down the line, but foul.
If you can throw 98, boy, just imagine how much less pressure, I guess, you put on your arm, how much less wear and tear if you operate at 92, 93.
I like to think at it really from an economic standpoint. If you're a pitcher that can give 7 innings to your ball club, how much more is that worth on your salary than a pitcher that only gives 5?
Well, and that's the other part. There's a whole nother element to that.
Outside, it's 1-1.
If you prove that you can stay healthy and you don't have arm injuries every year, and you know how to pitch with less velocity, first of all, when you start to lose that velocity, you're going to know how to pitch still. So you're going to have a longer career, and you're not going to be as injured as often. That just adds zeros to your bank account.
Swing, or make a check swing at the play. Did he go? And he did not. So Dane Myers will see that pitch outside. It's 2-1. You know, you bring up guys like Max Scherzer to fall into that category. He threw as hard as anybody when he first came up, but boy, he lasted a long time by still being able to manage what he had. Control the ball, move hitters off the plate, and pitch away. Swing and a miss. Myers went after a breaking ball down in the dirt, and it's an even 2-ball, 2-strike count. Reds trying to get this run in and half the lead. 4-1 right now, top of the 7th inning. Redlegs are running out of outs here on Pope Leo Hat Night. Swing and a miss to the fastball.
Our newest Hall of Famers have given us so many memorable moments through the years.
Jones having a little fun in that Atlanta dugout.
And speaking of strange things,
Beltran went down.
Kicked the bat, tripped over the bat.
I drop a lot of balls before, and I made a lot of errors, stupid errors.
Man, that's tough luck.
Jeff Kent is coming in for something. I think he went in there and forgot that he had him on his hat.
Finding the sun, and he drops it.
But you can never be sure of anything in this strange game of baseball.
He fell before he even got to the base. He didn't even fall over a lump.
But of course, they earned their Cooperstown stripes delivering timeless performances.
Man alive, what a dive.
He made a dazzling grab.
This is the baddest center fielder I have ever seen.
In the right center field, it's gone,
Spectacular play.
The 19-year-old goodbye home run.
How about that?
Visit careers.rlc.com or call 866-200-1600 to start your rewarding career today. Enjoy perks such as company-owned resorts exclusively for our employees, full-time benefits, and top competitive pay. Be a part of a team that is a leader in the logistics industry. Visit RNL Carriers on careers.rlc.com or call 866-200-1600.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give you a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Luis May faced 6 batters. He struck out 2, and he will give way to Johnson. Wober's mustard, put some mustard on it. Johnson, a 35-year-old right-hander, pitching out of the stretch and fires it in there to the catcher, Edward Edgar Caro. Caro, switch hitter now. First time he comes up left-handed. And the first pitch is outside and swung on and fouled straight back here. And just a little bit below us. I thought, Tommy, you may make a leaping grab for that, but
I don't think I have the balance to jump out, make the play, and then hang on the rope down there.
He shows a little bit of wisdom on that. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Edgar Caro. Caro takes the fastball inside corner. That's a strike and a beauty.
Maybe if I would have worn my tightrope shoes tonight.
I'm not so sure there's anybody down there that could catch you, but there's plenty of people down there with a Pope hat that could bless you once you landed.
That's nice.
The 1-2 is a breaking ball, and that's a strikeout as Caro swings right over the top of it.
If I did that, I might need my last rites.
Boy, that's a really good looking over the top breaking ball. I would imagine that having Pierce Johnson down in that bullpen, tutoring guys that have come up and down, it really is worthwhile having him down there. Now Sam Antonacci. Antonacci, the lefty, takes it in under the elbows. That's on the inside corner for a strike. Reds will play him the pull on the infield, a little bit opposite field in the outfield. Slapped the base hit for a double his last time up. Drove a run in and a swing and a ground ball right on the right side. It'll be fielded by Matt McLean for the second out of the inning. So quickly now for Johnson, 2 down. Now the number 9 hitter, Luis Angel Acuna. Little speed at the bottom of the order here for the White Sox with Acuna down there in the number 9 spot. Pitch in off the plate. That's ball 1. I think Johnson thought he had a strike there. Johnson pitches out of the stretch. Acuna waits, swung on. It's a ground ball. There is Key Brian Hayes on 2 hops. Perfect throw across the infield and a 1-2-3 inning for Pierce Johnson and the Reds.
A home run for his first major league hit for Andrew Pinckney. Bang, zoom goes Pinckney sprinting around the bases.
7 scoreless for Dylan Cease. 36 scoreless in a row on the road.
10 strikeout games this year. Unbelievable.
Just a comfortable big blowout win here.
They've won 8 in a row. They are a season high 25 games over 500. It was a perfect homestand.
And we're tied at 2. And Alex Bregman has his moment here in Wrigley.
Pete's running. Throw to third base. It's a wild throw. Pete's going to score. Cubs win the ball game. Cubs win.
Base hit. This team is unstoppable. Durbin the hero. 12-11. Red Sox win it in 13.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
They're growing a big here on the south side. It was the starter who was Sean Burke at 6 feet 6 inches, 240 pounds. Now the White Sox go to the bullpen and they bring in Brian Hudson, who is 6'8", 248 pounds. Left-hander comes in here. It'll be game number 52 for this big, tall lefty.
He goes to work with the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Matt McLain, and McLain takes a look at a strike. The count is 0-1. Reds are down by 3 and running out of outs rapidly. Hudson, the kick and pitch, swung on, and that's fouled back. Brian Hudson bounced around a little bit. Also pitched for the Dodgers and the Brewers. Swung on, and this is fouled back. In his second year with the White Sox, came over to Chicago last year. He was a waiver claim. Now the pitch. Swinging a broken bat roller to the left side. Cut off by the third baseman Vargas. High throw, and it pulls the first baseman up off the bag. Murakami unable to keep his toe on as he went airborne to get the throw from the third baseman Vargas, although I don't know that the throw would have been on time to get McLain anyway.
I got to figure they're going to give him a base hit on that. A hustle hit by McLain.
It is his first hit of the night. The Reds have their leadoff man on, and now it will not be Key Brian Hayes. Instead, it'll be Michael Toglia, who was just called up today from AAA Louisville. So Toglia will make his Reds debut. The Phoenix native stands in, batting with a runner at first base and nobody out. Terry Francona kind of talking in the pregame about Toglia now having to play in kind of a bench role here. Not something that he's accustomed to, but we'll see how he fares. Toglia, switch hitter up there, left-handed or right-handed against the left-handed throwing Hudson, and the first pitch is a strike to Toglia over the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Toglia spent his entire big league career, first 4 years in a Rockies uniform before coming over to the Reds. Toglia takes up and away. Toglia had spent the year this year with AAA Louisville, where he was hitting at a .273 clip, but had 22 home runs and drove in 65. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hudson to Toglia, and he swings. It's a little looper, short right center field. Second baseman out, can't get it. It's right over the head of Antonacci, and it falls in for a base hit just out of his reach with his back to the infield. He was all turned around and just kind of stuck his glove out and was swiping at it. So his first hit as a Red is a pinch hit bloop single, which brings the tying run to the plate, and Elly De La Cruz, who's up there right-handed.
Well, a couple of jam shots on the part of the Reds. McLain got one in on the hands for the ground ball hustling base hit. That was a jam shot on the knuckles for Toglia.
Well, maybe one of the best phrases in baseball. 2 bloops and a blast.
I like it.
Well, we got 2 bloops. See if we see the blast here from Elly. Pitching coach out of the mound. So pitching coach is out to the mound. It's a brief chat, but Bove back to the dugout now after visiting with this left-hander. Hudson will deal with De La Cruz. Elly 0 for 3 tonight after going 0 for 4 on Sunday. Hudson throws, and the pitch is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Elly thought otherwise. So Elly challenges. We turn our attention to the board. It was low.
Ball is overturned. Cincinnati had 1 challenge reminder.
Good challenge by Elly De La Cruz. Roberto Ortiz relaying the message. The plate umpire tonight. First and second. Nobody out. The left-hander ready. And here comes the 1-0 pitch to De La Cruz. Swinging, it's a bullet foul third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Elly. He scorched one on the ground right at the first baseman on the first pitch he saw his first time up. He's also grounded to short. He's also struck out and grounded to second. Sal Stewart waiting on deck. Here it comes. Breaking ball slapped through the right side, and that'll bleed into right center for a hit. Around third, darting home is McLean. Ellie has an RBI base hit. The Reds are within 2 and still 2 on, nobody out, and that's going to be it for Hudson. The left-hander's night is done. He faced 3 batters and gave up 3 soft singles, but the Reds have a run and 2 aboard with nobody out. Pitching change here in the 8th with the Reds down 2, 4-2 Chicago. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the Reds Radio Network.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body.
I don't even wait till it thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The year earned run average at 2.5. Big right-hander, 6'3", 230-pounder. And the Reds are threatening here in the 8th inning.
Sometimes the biggest outs for your firemen are not in the 9th inning. And that seems to be the case for Will Venable, at least how he feels here with the Reds rallying in the 8th. 3 straight hits have opened the inning, all of them soft singles. 2 on. Nobody out. The pitch to Sal Stewart is down too low for ball 1. And this very well could be the biggest at-bat of the game right now. Sal coming off a frustrating series against the Nationals. He did not have an RBI in that series. He does have hits now in 7 of his last 8 games with his 6th inning single tonight. He takes a strike on the outside corner and immediately challenges. The pitch was a ball just outside.
Overturned. Cincinnati out trying to remind.
Taylor, former 2nd round pick back in 2023. The 2-0 pitch. Sal watches a fastball down the middle for a called strike.
Taylor gives you a little bit different look. He comes right over the top. I mean, with a fastball, that last one at 97, but the curveball that he really uses a lot drops straight off the table.
Here's the right-hander's 2-1. Swung on, fouled, straight back. There's definitely some deception in that motion to the plate.
They like to do that to Sal. They like to run the ball up a ladder a little bit. He likes to go right center field, but he'll also chase up and out of the zone.
If you're thinking home run, he's only given up 4 in 59 innings. Sal back in there again. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on. Sal goes the other way. Fly ball deep toward the right field corner. Montgomery back with room. Both runners are going to tag. Ellie headed to second. The throw there not in time. And Tolley is up to third base on the fly into the right field corner by Stewart. And don't think for a second that that's not a very productive out, because it is. Now you've got 2 runners in scoring position, and a base hit from J.J. Bleday now could tie this game up.
Kind of daring base running really for Ellie De La Cruz, because that was a rocket arm from Braden Montgomery. You're not kidding. To throw a little bit off the bag right there, or it would have been very close.
Got to foul that away for later. The right-hander comes set. Here's the pitch. Taylor to Bleday. Swing and a foul tip. The catcher holds on to strike one.
Well, we got a first pitch fastball right there and just got a little underneath it.
Bleday lost his elbow guard on the swing. Immediately tosses it to the side. Doesn't bother to put it back on. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Bleday lays off a pitch in the dirt. They throw to third, and Caro didn't get anything on that throw from his knees down to the third baseman Vargas. Chasing Tolia back into the bag at third base.
Vargas did a nice job keeping that ball in front of him. It was a one-hopper down to the third baseman. He just kind of went into full hockey goalie mode
exactly
to guard that from keeping going into left field.
Dropped the knee, stuck the glove down there. 1-1. Down and in. 2 balls and a strike on J.J. Bleday. Tyler Stevenson waiting next. 4-2 Chicago. Second and third. 1 out. We're in the 8th inning. Taylor through the sign. Sets ready. And from the belt, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Bleday takes over but low, and it's 3-1. Well, you know right here that he doesn't want to walk Bleday and bring Stevenson to the plate. Late in the game, you definitely don't want to walk the go-ahead run. 3-1 pitch to Bleday. Breaking ball low, and he did walk him. Ball 4, Bleday down to first, and the Reds have him loaded with only 1 out.
You know, ever since Bleday had that good swing at the first fastball that he saw, Grant Taylor didn't go back to a fastball that he threw in the zone. Kind of nibbled around with a breaking ball. I think that they really respect the fact that Bleday can turn on the heat.
Stevenson up at the cleanup spot. Now hitting with the bases loaded. 1 out. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Outfield straight away. The right-hander throws. Stevenson takes low on the outside corner. Ball 1. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. 1 ball, no strikes. Stevenson pumping that bat, waiting on the right-hander, and now Taylor just backs off the slab and resets. Michael Tolia is at third. He got a pinch hit single right after McLean's infield hit. Ellie punched one through the right side, and now the pitch to Stevenson. Strike called inside corner of the knees, and he says no. Reds had only challenged 1 pitch. That one looked low. They've challenged 3 now in this inning, and they've won them all. So Roberto Ortiz starting to get a little frustrated back there behind the plate. 3 pitches overturned for balls for the Reds here in this inning. 2-0 on Stevenson. The right-hander Taylor throws. The pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Barely. 2-1. Taylor the pause. Now the 2-1. And a strike right down the heart of the plate. Throws him at 99 with that fastball, and it's 2-2 on Stevenson. Centered at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. 1 out. Eugenio Suarez, who's had a big night tonight, waiting on deck. The pitch, swing and a fly ball slicing deep toward the right field corner, but it'll find the seats. Foul. And we'll try it again. Big crowd, over 38,000 here tonight. I'm a little surprised that it's not bigger, to be honest. There aren't many open seats around this ballpark, but we were told before the game that they'd already sold about 40,000 tickets. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit right field. 1 run home, Tolia. Here comes Ellie to the plate. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. Throw behind the runner at second, and they get Bleday. Murakami cut it off and fed Acuna at second base, and he slapped the tag down on J.J. Bleday trying to dive back in. No challenge from the Reds. They've tied it at 4. with 3 runs here in the 8th inning, and now Eugenio Suarez.
What a good bit of hitting by Tyler Stevenson. Got a breaking ball on the outer part of the plate, went with it right into right field. Little 2 strikes action. And Ellie came pouring around third base, even though Montgomery's got a great arm. They cut that ball off and picked off Blase at second base. That's a good, solid defensive play there. Not very good base running by the Reds in that one.
Fouled straight back by Suarez, strike 1. 9-3-6. The out at second base of J.J. Bleday. Now the pitch to Suarez. Strike called. Boy, great play by Murakami. You got to believe that with a big crowd like this, that Murakami had to see that out of the corner of his eye. Because you can communicate all you want. There's no telling that Murakami would be able to hear his infielders. The pitch is low to Suarez, 1-2.
You know, as quickly as he transferred from glove to hand and threw that ball to second base, I got to figure he's done that play before.
Right.
And it might be kind of a patented play the White Sox make defensively.
But at any rate, we're tied at right field. The 1-2. Swung on. Suarez lofts it to right center field. Here comes the center fielder Doyle to make the running catch. And the inning is over. But the Reds get 3 in the 8th inning and have tied this game at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th on the south side.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Somebody help me. Little guy got a souvenir. He's got a tale to tell.
Mom's just kind of oblivious to the fact that she's struggling. It's a rather lengthy one.
She is very attentive so far as this long story draws out.
That young man looks like he was given some signs. Oh no, he's actually copying the pitcher, isn't he?
He's just going to give up. He's going to give up and pretend this is what he wanted to have happen.
He's in a tent right now.
He's going to hang out in here.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Nationwide at Graders.com. Graders, taste the greatest.
Terry Francona will make a Wolvers mustard pitching change as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. TJ Antone, the third reliever of the evening, comes in for the Reds.
Other changes for the Reds defensively. The pitch is swung on in the air. Right field, it is deep. Back goes the right fielder Rodriguez with room. He makes the catch. And there's one out here in the 8th inning. Boy, Brenton Doyle gave that a pretty good ride. Actually, it was Andrew Benintendi hitting for Brenton Doyle. And he gave that a pretty good ride to right field. But it's the first out. Other changes for the Reds. Michael Tolia stays in the game at first base. Sal Stewart moves from first to third. Now Murakami.
Food for over 107 years. So when somebody tells you to get a grip, you know what they mean. Get Grippos.
Well, another Wolvers mustard pitching change for the Reds. This time one they're looking forward to here. Bottom of the 10th inning, it'll be the closer, Emilio Pagan, coming into the ball game. 1-run lead, and Pagan is the 6th relief pitcher of the night after Nick Lodolo went the first 4.
Runner at second base. That is Edgar Caro. The batter is Sam Antonacci. Corners are tight, fully expecting Antonacci to drop down a bunt. Pagan throws, no sign of a bunt, and a wave and a miss. Well, American League Baseball right there. No sign of the bunt. Old school American League Baseball. They didn't know what a sacrifice bunt was in the American League for the longest time. 0-1 on Antonacci. Pagan brings it home. And Antonacci swings and pops it up foul, third base side, and the Reds can back up their corners.
I like this matchup with Pagan and Antonacci. Antonacci's good contact hitter, but Pagan's got that fastball working now. Up in the zone, a little bit, step by step. See if he can't make this lefty chase a little bit.
0-2 the count on Antonacci. Pagan comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and away, and he didn't chase. Scores around the league are brought to you by Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Let the good times cruise. Braves beat the Mets tonight 4-0. Cardinals have a 2-0 lead on the Phillies, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Pagan's 1-2 pitch. Swing, and it's pulled foul into the net far down the right field line. Pirates lost the Marlins today 2-0. You can get all the scores with Yid on the Reds postgame show once we're done tonight. Padres 5-0 lead in the top of the 3rd inning on the Brewers. Diamondbacks are up 2-0 on the Rockies in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here it's 5-4 Reds in the bottom of the 10th. Emilio Pagan back to work against Antonacci with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. A ball and 2 strikes and holding here on Antonacci. Antonacci doubled homer run back in the 4th inning. 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Here's Pagan, the 1-2. And Antonacci lays off the backdoor breaking ball. Series continues tomorrow. Luis Castillo, the former Red, starts against his former club. Reds facing him for the 2nd time this year. Rhett Lauder goes for the Reds. Same time. 2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Full count, 3-2.
Boy, talk about good takes. That's about as close as it gets right there for Antonacci.
Reds trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. Pagan's payoff. Swung on, and that's sent foul down the left field line, well back into the seats. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes on Antonacci. Antonacci, one of the best on this team at hitting with men on base, a .330 clip for him this year. He's hit well regardless. Again, the 3-2. Swung on, popped up, again foul, left side, out of play. And this is becoming quite a lengthy at bat here to begin this 10th inning. Antonacci versus Pagan. The next pitch will be the 10th of the at bat. Pagan ready. Payoff. Foul back. Let's do it again. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Sam Antonacci. Here comes payoff pitch. Instead, Pagan spins and just looks the runner back to second base. The right hand to the pause. Again, the payoff. Swung on again, fouled away. My goodness. I mean, this is some kind of at bat right now to begin the bottom of the 10th inning. You've got the tying run down at second, nobody out. That's the free runner. 11 pitches in this at bat between Emilio Pagan and Sam Antonacci.
Every one of these fastballs just a little bit above the top of the zone.
Pagan's payoff again. Swung on again, fouled back. Steady diet of fastball, cutter. Hasn't thrown him a split in a while, but he laid off the splits. So Pagan a little reluctant to try to get him to chase one. Not exactly a pitch you want to throw for a strike. Again, the payoff pitch. And again fouled away. Pagan throwing an inning's worth of pitches here to one batter. Antonacci has fouled off 9 of the 13 pitches he has seen in this at bat. Again, Pagan to Antonacci. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a fastball up and in. Pagan wins the battle. One down here in the 10th, and boy, isn't that a huge strikeout.
Well, you talk about persistence on the part of Emilio Pagan. He just buried that fastball this time right under the elbows of the left-handed hitting Antonacci, and he couldn't even get a little bit of the bat on it to foul it off.
That's the 11th strikeout tonight by Reds pitchers, and a good idea by Tyler Stevenson to go out there and give Emilio Pagan a little bit of a blow after it took him 14 pitches to finish off the leadoff man of the inning.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Tommy, to be able to do that. But it also changes the strategy now that the White Sox will use with Luis Angel Acuna. Because they've been able to reach Antonacci, had a first and second, and then nobody out. Acuna, number 9 hitter, would probably be up there to bunt. Right now, he's got a hit, and there's a reason he's in the number 9 spot.
He's 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice to the third baseman. Earlier, Key Brian Hayes, now Sal Stewart. He's also struck out. He's a .239 hitter on the year. Not much of a power threat. The pitch to Acuna. Popped up. High into the air. First base side. There's Tolian stepping into foul territory, and he makes the catch, and that is the second out here in the 10th. And the Reds are an out away from stealing this win from the White Sox tonight. But it isn't going to be easy. Now they've got to deal with Tristan Peters. Peters took over in center field after Benintendi hit for Doyle. Pagan from the belt, home to Peters. Fastball strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. White Sox want a challenge. And it was a ball.
Close overturn. The guy will have one time to remind me.
Yeah, Terry Francona not happy because he thought Peters took a little bit too long to ask for it, but he actually tapped his helmet 4 times. Home plate umpire Ortiz didn't see it the first couple of times.
Pagan comes set. It's happened a couple times now, hasn't it? The pitch. Peters skies it a mile high, way up behind the right side of the infield. Ellie calls off McClain. He's got it, and that's it. Reds win it coming from behind to beat the White Sox in 10 innings, 5-4. And what a job by Emilio Pagan, stranding the ghost runner at second base in the 10th.
Well, what a really lift-me-up win for this ball club that really could use it after the trip to D.C. didn't go the way they wanted. You come in here, you're down all game long, couldn't get anything going, and you come right back. Kind of interesting, really, because the White Sox lost, or they came back and won Saturday and Sunday, come from behind victories. Turnabout is fair play. The Reds do it to them here this evening.
Reds winners, they beat the White Sox. Final score 5-4 here at Rate Field in Chicago. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?